Shout out to that Delta variant, though, right?
Shout out.
Shout out to Florida setting a new personal record, bro, with the new hospital visits, bro, and overnight stays, dog.
Bro, it's almost as bad as it was when it broke out last year.
It is. And the reason why, obviously, because of Rolling Loud, you know, we have a massive fucking, I don't even know what the hell to call Rolling Loud. It's just spiraled into something completely different, bro. But I thought the Delta variant was cap. I'm like, all right, what is this? All right. I don't think it even exists. I just think this is a product of this half-baked ass vaccine, bro. Like, honestly, dog, that's not really working, bro. And people are trying to scramble and saying, nah, it's a new strand. Nah, bitch, your vaccine just sucks, bro.
People are still getting sick. People are still catching COVID with it. I actually read an article where someone with it just died. It was like a 33-year-old woman. She had the vaccine and did not make a difference. COVID did her in.
And, okay, did they say in the article that she had, because there's so many different vaccines. There's some that has, like, you need multiple shots. There's one that you need one shot.
I know she was one of the people who did the 2-shot one.
Okay, so she was fully vaccinated then. Yeah. And she still died.
Yeah.
What a piece of shit. my condolences, obviously, bro.
Of course, yeah.
And okay, so, and I'm saying that as somebody who is planning on getting vaccinated, but it's just like, bro, like, what is the fucking point at this point? Like, all right, so me, right? I already had COVID. I had COVID last year, right around my birthday, ironically, right? And in doing some research, the vaccine doesn't actually do more for you if you've already recovered from COVID. It barely gives you any more defense because you've already built the antibodies to fight off COVID. You feel me? Or whatnot. So it's just, I'm just doing it just like, you know what, because I got sick with this other bug that just hit South Florida, bro, which might have been the Delta variant, bro, at this point, dog. I didn't test positive for COVID. I got 2 different tests. They both came back negative. I just was sick. Like, the sick I was worse than I was when I had COVID, bro. Right. Like, that shit put me on my ass, bro. Like, for real. So, but I'm saying, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna get vaccinated, right? But at this point, dog, what you just told me is like, why at this point, bro? Like,
well, you know, they said they in the article they stressed in the title that it was a rare case. It was, you know, they had to put rare case of the vaccine.
Honestly, not to cut you off, bro. Her family should fucking sue, bro. Her family should fucking sue the CDC, dog. Because she did everything that you actually told her to do, got vaccinated, and she still died. So what was the fucking point of her even getting vaccinated, bro? Like, honestly, dog.
I mean, you know, I guess most people who are very pro vaccine or whatnot, they'll tell you it's for precautions. You know, to me, I'm not one of those people I would never call myself an anti-vaxxer or anything like that. It's just the way this particular vaccine, just the way they handled it, the way they rushed it out, and just to see the effectiveness or lack thereof of it so far, I'm just skeptical about it, you know?
I mean, there's nothing to be skeptical about, bro. It's like, these motherfuckers don't know shit. It's been like that this whole time, bro. The first 2 months that it came out in March, bro, last year, I stayed home for 2 months, man. I lived off the Uber. I had to stop doing that because of COVID. I stayed in the house 2 months, bro, because of this shit. When I realized they started off, I remember this specifically. They said there were 3 million cases, 1 million deaths. I remember that number specifically.
No, bro. It never got to 1 million deaths.
No, it got to 1 million deaths, bro.
No, it got to. Matter of fact, you might be right because it was always like 1%. So. No. It was like 100,000. Oh yeah.
It was like 1 million deaths out of 3 million cases, bro.
No. It was never that high. It was never that high, bro.
Dude, I remember it.
It was never that high.
Okay,
I'm telling you right now.
Okay,
the death was never higher than 1% of the population. I'm telling you that for a fact. It was never 3 million. It was 100,000 or 300,000, but it was never that close. Bro.
I was saying that was when they was saying every death was about COVID. Like someone broke their leg and blah, 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 COVID. Whatever. That's when that happened. When every death was COVID and it was 1 million deaths out of 3 million. I remember it specifically. It made me stay home, bro.
I'm telling you, bro. It was never that high. Literally. Okay, bro. It even at the height of COVID, it just barely got over 1 million. Like deaths, bro. So there's no way it got 3.
I'm telling you because they didn't have the right numbers. They were just spreading the numbers like that. Then they had to change it, and it was only like a couple 100,000 or something like that. Like, that's what happened. I remember that specifically because I was like, oh, shit, these motherfuckers been lying to us the whole time and shit like that. So, nonetheless, that's what I remember specifically.
All right, Gerson. Again, this is what I'm going to tell you. Right now, this is why I just know you're talking out of your ass, and I don't mean to call you out, but I can't let you get away with it.
Herbie, if I told you the numbers they have was wrong, I'm telling you
where you got your information was wrong because I watched the same news that you watched. I literally
so you don't remember when it was like 3 million cases.
Fact, it was never that high, bro.
Okay,
literally,
bro. Okay,
right now,
bro.
35 million cases,
Okay,
613,000 deaths, bro. It was never that. It was never that close.
Whatever you
numbers.
say, fam.
Why can't you just say you don't really?
No,
remember
I
what
remember this specifically because they didn't have the deaths.
What channel were you watching this on, bro?
This was on CNN. Whatever my father was watching.
Gerson, that never happened, bro.
Okay, bro.
That Kim 91 got you talking crazy, bro.
No, I remember this specifically. I said they didn't have the right numbers.
I'm telling you, bro. I watched.
So they never had the wrong numbers. You don't remember that?
No, I'm telling you that it was never that high.
Well, Gerson, let me say this. There's a possibility it was probably like 100,000 out of 3 million. And you might have.
It was never. I literally watched the same shit that you watched every single day. I was watching that shit like a hawk. It was never that. At any point was it like that, bro. But go on, bro. Go on, bro.
Either way, since that point, I was like, okay, these motherfuckers don't know what they're talking about. Nothing they said makes sense, but everybody rolled with it, bro. At the end of the day, whole time, I'm like, yo, they fucked up with something. And clearly they trying to fix it up with bullshit and tell us get vaccinated and shit like that. Like, you don't know nothing, fam. Everything you've been telling us has been wrong. What how do you push something you didn't take the proper time to invest in like that?
Well,
bro?
because niggas motherfuckers needed to go back to work. Well, the government needed niggas to go back to work. That's really what it was, bro.
That's exactly what it was.
And you can't have people go back to work, you feel me, if,
without a solution.
It's not a solution, though.
You're right, but it is to the masses, it's a solution.
It's a Band-Aid.
It's a Band-Aid, and it's good enough for them to get motherfuckers to go back to work so they can get more of your tax money, bro. Like,
well, think about it now. Imagine the cases now are probably about as bad as they were back when it first came out now, right? Because they say it soared back. Florida. I think I read an article actually today where they said we broke like 21,000 cases or some shit like that. So now, mind you, they're not shutting anything down. They're not changing anything. So at the end of the day, when you even think about how everything was initially, like, think about I don't know. Florida to me was never really on quarantine, bro. I was a essential worker. So I was working even through COVID, and I still see niggas out and about. So to us, I don't think we ever really cared. But, now that the numbers are going back up and it's getting back into the media, this whole thing is a fucking nightmare, bro. It's a fucking mess, It is
a fucking mess, bro. And there's really honestly, bro, like, there's no end in sight, bro. Because the problem is, like, and we'll cut it short on this. The problem is that either way, there's no unity, right? There's people, and I don't mean people like us. We don't really matter on an American stage, right? Our opinions don't matter. But they actually do. So you have red states versus blue states. You have people who are voting for certain people and people who are voting for certain people. So you have guys like Ron DeSantis who banned the mask mandate in school. Like, you have so many different parties with so many different agendas, bro. Like, They don't give a fuck. They just want to keep their base happy, bro. Exactly. So if your base does not want to be on lockdown, bro, you're going to do everything to not keep motherfuckers on lockdown, bro. Because you want to keep those votes, bro.
That's all. It's always about that.
So there's no end in sight, bro, because there's no unified voice in regards to how to get out of this situation, dog. And on top of that, we don't want to be in this situation either, because like Rod said, bro, I never felt like we was on lockdown, bro. At any point in time, dog.
Never felt it, bro. Like, it's
never
crazy.
felt it, bro.
Well, we was one of the states where it was okay, bro. Like, yeah, you got to have a mask on and shit like that, but like,
No.
Niggas was free, bro.
I'm talking about even when it was a government mandated lockdown, where no states didn't have the right to dictate how things went. Eventually, then it became a state by state thing.
Yeah.
How long was that? A day or something? Because
that's what I'm saying. Even when we was on lockdown, bro, it
was the first month, I believe.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the first month, and then eventually it was like, okay, whatever your state governor wants to do, hey, whatever, right? Ron DeSantis couldn't wait to get motherfuckers out of that shit, bro. Remember, we were the first one to open up the beaches. We were the first ones to open up the 50% capacity at bars and clubs and shit. We were the first ones to open back up clubs. Like, we beat Texas, bro. You got to be doing something different to beat Texas on this shit, bro.
Yeah. We're Florida, that's why.
Yeah, we just different. Like, we were different, bro. So, yeah, bro. But it is what it is, bro. Listen, I don't want to talk about it too much. Like I said, we'll just monitor this situation going forward on Pods Forward, bro. But let's get into the actual real pod, right? So I teased this to you guys before we started recording because I wanted your natural, honest opinion. We were supposed to lead the pod. No, we got to get that. We were supposed to lead the pod with Russell Westbrook being traded to the Lakers, right? That was supposed to be like the first time that we talked about something in regards to NBA because normally we don't start with sports. We might touch on sports later in the pod, but this is such a big trade. I was like, oh, we got to talk about that. For real, until I read what I read 5 minutes ago, which actually shits on that. What do I do with this information? Kawhi Leonard declined his player option and will be a free agent next year, bro.
Oh shit. So who's your next team, Gerson?
Hey, wherever he go, baby. Wherever Dog go, right?
Dog, when I read that, I was like, wait, what? He declined his $36 million player option, bro? Like, wait a minute.
Hey, you
dog.
know what, Kawhi?
He a different nigga.
You know
man.
what? Now I'm convinced, man. Gerson and Kawhi have a link. He must have been heard you talking. He was like, man, that nigga bitch ass nigga Paul George. He done got in his head. Nah, but for real, Herb, that's crazy.
It's very crazy because very few players deny a player option, dog. Like, so
especially after surgery.
Especially after surgery, bro. But it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter because he knows he's gonna get the money wherever he wants to go. It's still the NBA, dog. Like, so I'm confused. Like, I just don't understand it.
Now, you know what, fam? I'm gonna be honest with you. As a fan of Kawhi, this is not that shocking, dog.
No, it's not shocking because Kawhi likes to keep his options open, right? I think Kawhi really enjoyed the last free agency and he wanted to just do it again, bro. Like, I think we give this nigga way too much credit for not being a diva, dog. It's clear this nigga's a fucking diva, bro.
I don't know.
He's a covert attention. That's what it is.
I wouldn't do that. I like what he does more because at the end of the day, hey, bro, I'm just a stone cold killer, baby.
Hey, but you know what though?
I'm just here for this short time, bro. After this, everybody knows that's what he about, and all he could do is just go on the right team and win the championship.
But here's the thing, though. Didn't he want to primarily stay in LA? So that kind of
man, he just a fucking family, bro.
We don't know anything about this nigga. Like, you cannot believe any report in regards to him, bro. Like, when he made Chris Broussard, like, Chris Broussard is a esteemed, respected,
the ultimate basketball insider.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And Chris Broussard was so wrong. Like, Chris Broussard don't even break stories no more because he was so wrong, bro. In regards to him going to the Lakers. And Chris Broussard not no rookie. He not no young dude, bro. Like,
right. He's been in this game.
He's been in the game. He know how to vet that shit, bro. And he destroyed Chris Broussard's credibility, dog. So we can't take anything that you hear about this nigga, bro. Like, this, you don't know what. I don't think his own woman knows what he's thinking, bro. Like, you can't never know what Kawhi Leonard is gonna do, bro. Like,
I hear that, but
where does he go? Who is he playing with? That's like, it's now, bro. Wherever he go, like, imagine if he teams up with like Luka or some shit. Like, could you imagine? That's a championship team.
I don't say that.
Contender. I can't say team because that implies that they win it all, but it's not that easy. But Luka and Kawhi is a good pair, I think. No, maybe not. Maybe it don't work that well because Luka's pretty ball dominant.
No, it's not even that. I just see it as like Luka's running up and down. Kawhi's not doing that no more, bro. Kawhi
definitely got an old man game at 28.
Oh no, that age. He was already. I already seen the age coming, but that ACL and me like, my dog gonna be like you said, Jordan in '96. I think that's what you told. Or 99?
Oh, no. 2001 Jordan, bro. Yeah, Wizards Jordan.
You might be right with that, fam.
Hey, Kawhi, I know you don't listen to us, but if you did, man, go to State could always use you, man. I don't mind Kawhi Leonard.
No, okay, so I want to get this on the I want to get this on the front end, right? So just because he declined a player option doesn't mean that he is leaving the Clippers, right?
Yeah,
he could just re-sign for more money. or whatever, right?
Facts.
But I don't understand that, like, because he could easily just sign an extension, bro. It'll be equivalently the same thing because that's what Chris Paul just did. He just signed an extension for 3 years, $90 million, bro.
You know what you said?
What's
what y'all
up?
said? You running the same play, bro? It's the same play, bro. That's all it is.
Yeah, he
bro.
just want to be a free agent again, bro.
No, but I think he's actually leaving. That's the same play right there. Like you said.
No. I'm just saying. I won't be surprised if he resigns because.
I'll be surprised.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I feel like
be
if he come back, they gotta make a move. They gotta do something because it's clearly not him and Paul George that's gonna work. Even though Paul George took a step, and with Kawhi it'd be nice, but then
You got to imagine they're going to lose guys too. They're not going to have. I think Reggie Jackson. There's a good chance he might go to another team.
Reggie Jackson said he wanted to come back though.
Oh well, you know.
He said he wanted to. You know, he might dip for the money. You know what it is, but he did say. I feel like most of them, but I don't know what the big piece is to get. I feel like if he got to come back, it ain't like I feel like this is gonna be, especially with the Lakers, and then well, honestly, only the Lakers and the Lakers, Clippers, Nuggets. I don't think what you call it gonna be good. Like the Suns gonna be alright, but Chris Paul gonna be worse, bro. So,
I mean, Chris Paul gonna be worse, obviously, because you can only be good for so long, right?
yeah.
So I mean, but like this, bro. I'm seeing a lot of people saying, "Oh, he might just sign a 1-1. He might not play the whole next season." Blah 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 blah. Right? I have no idea. Like I said, I have no idea. I just thought it was interesting that he didn't sign because if you're not going to play next season, you for sure are going to accept that player option and just don't play. So he just wants to be in control of this shit, right? But let's move on to the next subject in regards to what we were originally going to talk about, which was the Russell Westbrook trade. Okay. I saw it happening because I think the rumors started flying around. When was the NBA draft? Because it happened draft night. When was the NBA draft?
Thursday.
Yeah. So that means I saw everything happening on Wednesday when I saw the rumors. And I was like, huh? I don't know. But then I saw Westbrook follow Rich Paul. And then, so that means that it was already in the plans or whatever. And then Thursday came around, they executed a trade, and it became a reality. It wasn't a hypothetical. It became a reality. And I just was like, I know how this works. They're going to be really good in the regular season, bro. But the playoffs is when all this shit matters, dog, for everybody involved, bro, except for LeBron James, right? LeBron James is just adding to his legacy at this point, right?
Right.
But if Russell Westbrook can't win with LeBron, bro, this nigga's legacy is going to take the ultimate hit, dog. If you can't win with LeBron, bro, I got nothing for you, dog. I got nothing for you, bro. Like, I got nothing for you, dog.
To be completely honest with you, man, when I first heard about the trade, I was initially not a big fan of it. I'm honestly still not a big fan of it, but I could see how it could work now the more I thought about it. But when I first heard about it, I was just thinking to myself, well, the Lakers were a team that needed shooting. Russ doesn't provide that. I know LeBron needs another playmaker who can handle the ball, but Russ is not really known. Like, no one has ever accused Russell Westbrook of being a great decision maker. Like, I don't think that's ever happened.
And the crazy part is because he gets so much assist, I think people confuse getting assists for being a good decision maker.
Exactly.
It's not the same thing.
It's
that
not.
just means you figured out how to get assists.
Right.
But
just like how he's figured out how to get rebounds.
Just like you figured out how to get rebounds. Decision making is fighting that urge to do something that is not the best thing to do in that situation, bro. Which is why he has so many flameouts specifically in the fourth quarter, bro.
Right.
Because things get ratcheted up. He loses his fucking mind, bro. And then shit just flames out, bro.
And that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the moment in the playoffs where it's the fourth quarter, it's a tight game. LeBron passes Westbrook the ball, and Westbrook does some shit that makes LeBron do that thing he did to J.R. Smith when he just puts his hands out like, bro, why?
But here's the funny thing. Russell Westbrook is too good of a player to big homie like that, right?
That's true.
And LeBron has too much respect to do that to Russell Westbrook, but Russell Westbrook is going to bring the worst out of LeBron James, bro. You feel me? In certain situations, dog. Because the thing about LeBron James is that, okay, if LeBron James has the ball, what use is Russell Westbrook? Russell Westbrook is not gonna play D. Westbrook ain't gonna shoot.
Yeah, but he can be a good cutter. Like, I feel like LeBron is a great enough point guard to like point Russell Westbrook, set him up for great shots, easy shots. Like, it's gonna be beautiful.
But he
in that
can't
sense.
shoot.
I'm talking about
He's talking about layups. He's talking
like attacking the rim, like
He's talking
cutting
about
to the
straight
rim
layups
and
and
What, this nigga finna be a big man, do pick and roll? Like, what? Like,
You know a cutter,
I
man.
know
You
what
watch
mean. I
Dwayne
know what you
Wade,
mean, but
bro.
the thing is that Russell Westbrook doesn't do that anymore. He does not move off the ball anymore. He hasn't done that since his early days. Now, maybe he might do it because he sees it with LeBron James, because he did a little bit of that when he went to Houston.
Yeah.
He did a little bit of cutting, but then he reverted back to who he is, bro. Like, we saw that in the playoffs. He didn't move. He didn't, what's it called? Like, once you build bad habits, like, it's muscle memory. When you're just standing to the side, and on top of that, right, LeBron needs a nigga to be either spacing or cutting. Niggas who cut, you got to do dirty work before you cut. You got to set a screen. You feel me? You got to run people off the thing. You got to run people off the off that area, bro.
Right.
Russ ain't doing that, bro.
I feel like he knows what to do. He just don't do it. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
But you know, the crazy thing is, though, when you look at the makeup too, the best version or one of the best versions of Russ we saw was with Houston. Because what did Houston have? Houston had nothing but guys that could space. They didn't even have a big man. They literally just had nothing but niggas who could space the floor. And what made Russell Westbrook have his best shooting season was the fact that he could attack the rim or kick it out. Guess what? Who's he kicking it out to, bro? Because AD is a 31% 3-point shooter. LeBron's at 34%. Who are the shooters? Like, what use is he?
And the crazy part about it is because, like, not only did they lose, like, to me, the bigger issue is not that they don't have shooters. Is that they lost significantly all their good defensive players, bro. They lost KCP. They lost Alex Caruso. LeBron James don't play defense like he used to. Even though he did play defense this last year, come on, dude. Nigga's been 36, bro. You can't be over here chasing everybody. Their only legitimately good defender is Anthony Davis, bro. Russ ain't played defense in years, and Russ ain't finna start for nobody. That ain't finna change for nobody.
Not a soul, man.
Not a soul, bro. You know what I'm saying? The way Russ said that Patrick Beverly don't be doing that, he should be running around with his arms waving. That's what Russ does every night too, dog. So, listen, like I said, bro, I see the avenue where this team could easily win a championship. I won't be surprised.
Of
at
course.
all.
The talent is undeniable.
Undeniable.
Yeah.
But I also see the avenue where these niggas lose in a spectacular fashion, dog. Because it's going to be a situation where shit is going to hell, and LeBron is like, fuck it. I got to do it myself, dog. Like, and then on top of that, how can we trust Anthony Davis to be healthy? This nigga's never healthy, bro. Like, we let that bubble playoff completely change our perception for the wrong reason on who Anthony Davis been his entire career. Someone who can't shoot, never been a great shooter.
you don't need to be.
Fair enough. But here's the problem with Anthony Davis. The reason why he was so dominant in the bubble is because he was making like 40% of his threes, bro. It was just an outlier, bro. It was an absolute outlier, bro. That's why the Lakers were so dominant, because Anthony Davis probably, until the finals, was the best player on the team. He just didn't get finals MVP, but he was the best player on that team in the playoffs.
No, I agree.
Oh.
Absolutely.
So, and then he got hurt.
which has been a recurring theme for him throughout his career.
So Anthony Davis gets hurt. They have no chance to go anywhere in the playoffs, bro.
Nope.
Like, at all.
No.
I don't know with Westbrook. It depends. Like, it depends on who they play, where the seating is at.
I mean,
They can make it out the first round.
Of course they can make it. Well, yeah, come on now. Obviously, right? What I'm saying is, like, as far as against competition, like, Anthony Davis gets hurt. I don't like him against the Clippers if Kawhi plays. Anthony Davis gets hurt. I don't like him against Utah. I say that bad. We could never trust Utah. I was tripping with that one. My bad. I was tripping with that one. Anthony Davis gets hurt. I don't like them against the Suns again, bro.
Yeah, the Suns proved without AD, they can smack that ass.
You know what I'm saying?
A healthy Nuggets team without
Maybe.
AD. Without AD, who's stopping Jokic, bro? Without AD.
So that's all I'm saying, bro. And trust me, bro. Like, Russell Westbrook for this team brings too many potential problems. LeBron likes to play slow. Russ likes to play fast. LeBron likes to kick out the shooters. Russ can't shoot. LeBron is ball dominant. If Russ doesn't have the ball, he's useless, bro. Like, so there's so many ways where this could be an excellent experiment, and there's so many ways. Put it like this: this could be the flame out that we thought the Nets were going to be. When we were like, how it's only one ball? How can all these guys play? The thing is, the Nets have niggas that can score the ball.
All
three.
Yeah.
Every one of them niggas could get you 50 easily, efficiently, and there's a difference. Like, when Kyrie was in that series against the Bucks, they were dominating the Bucks, bro.
Yeah, man.
Dominating the Bucks, bro.
We can't forget that. We give Giannis his props, but that's not
they
forgotten.
down when
They
Kyrie got hurt?
no. They were
They were up 2-1 and he got hurt in game 4.
No,
I'm
talking about
in the game.
They weren't down, but they gave up a lead. They did give up a lead because they were up and then and then the Bucks were coming back, and then he got hurt because I think they were up like double digits, and then the Bucks came back and then he got hurt.
Right.
At that point, it wasn't like they were dominant that game because I remember that game. They were up and they just gave up a lead or whatever because they had a good first quarter. They gave up a lead, and then I think they were down like 4 points, and then he got hurt. Because Kyrie always gets fucking hurt, bro. This fucking bro.
That's another nigga, bro. You can't never trust this man health, bro. Never, bro. Never.
At all, bro. So yeah, bro. So listen. All I know is I just got to see it, bro. Go ahead, bro.
Nah, I agree with you, bro. When it comes down to it, it's gonna be a fascinating case study on a chemistry experiment that we haven't really seen before. Because, we got old man Bron, who's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, the floor general. He's gonna be the mastermind, right? And you have AD, who's expected to be the driving force. And now you have Westbrook, who's just going to be the joker, the wild card. So, and that wild card could propel them to a definite championship or a completely combustible second round loss to a team that they probably could beat. It's going to be interesting to watch, man. I'm looking forward to it, as always, with the NBA.
No, I already said my piece, man. It is what it is with this. Like, they off of talent alone, even though it doesn't seem like a good fit, they should at least make it out the West.
They have a strong puncher's chance, bro.
Of course. They still got LeBron, bro. At the end of the day, right?
Right.
All right. Next up, man, we're gonna divert from sports and get into pop culture, starting with my boy, the baby. The baby is the walking embodiment of how you fuck up the bag, bro, without even trying, bro.
You had one job,
You had literally one job, which was to rap, perform, and take your black ass home, dog. If you do, to people who's listening, they don't know and you might not know what I'm talking about. The baby was recently at Rolling Loud, and like I said previously when we started the episode, Rolling Loud itself has exploded into a phenomenon. I didn't think it would become this, but Rolling Loud saw where Lollapalooza was heading and South by Southwest was heading and said, you know what, we could try to tap into that. We're going to do it in Miami and give it its own flair. And it was an incredible decision because outside of Lollapalooza, bro, is probably the biggest outdoor concert in the world. It's huge. It's a 3-day concert. Literally every single popping rapper, R&B, whatever, bro. They all come to Rolling Loud, bro. The energy is crazy. It's a young crowd. It's absolutely crazy. And I think the baby was just caught up in the moment, bro. And he just said some nonsense, bro. What possessed this man to say, if you didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, or any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2 or 3 weeks, they put your cell phone light up.
Bro, just the amount of inaccuracies in that statement, bro. Like, where did that come from?
Give me
bro?
a second. I also wanted to say, as much as the whole community felt attacked, I felt like he was talking to a specific person he knew the whole time. Like when he was like, "Oh, you was sucking dick in the car and shit." I feel like all of that was towards one person.
It might have been, bro. It might have been. The problem is that I don't know why he felt that was the stage to say that, bro. Like,
bro, hey man, like I was telling y'all when we were talking pre-show, bro. I don't I didn't find any malice in his intent, but the execution was awful, man.
Absolutely awful. Absolutely awful, man. Like you said, like when we were talking before we recorded, Gerson, you said you could appreciate somebody who stands on something, stands on their principles, stands on what they believe in, bro. This wasn't about principles, though, bro. This nigga was just talking about his ass, bro, just walking because he had 45 minutes or 30 minutes to fill on the set, bro.
Listen, bro, I never got to the point to be that rich to fuck up the bag. So, like, I don't know how it feels. I understand how certain people, once they get the bag, they'll do everything to protect it. I understand that. But I do respect the type of person that's just, man, fuck your shit. You know what I'm saying? Nonetheless, like, and just because like you said, you could tell it's not, he didn't mean it with hate and all that other shit. Like, but it is what it is. It's fucked up.
The problem is, this is where I say the execution is horrible. He left the room. He left the door open for people to be like, yo, this motherfucker's being homophobic. You know what I'm saying? Like when you sit there and say, hey, yo, if you not sucking dick in the parking lot, he said fellas.
Fellas.
That's what killed him. He said fellas, because prior to that, he goes, ladies, if your pussy tastes like water, so, you know what I'm saying, put your phone light in the air. So he already addressed the women, and that's not too bad. Then he goes, fellas, if you're not sucking dick in the parking lot, put your phone. It's like, that's so. Why? Like, why, man? Like, why, fellas?
It's the black community.
That's what killed him, bro. It's like, to me, he was caught up in the hype, in the performance, all that. Like, I could see that aspect, but it's like when that comes out your mouth, bro. Like, you don't leave niggas with a lot of.
And this is a perfect avenue to transition into a larger conversation. Like what Gerson was saying, he was saying it's the black community, bro. Like, this shit is something that's rampant in the black community where it only becomes an absolute issue when it's gay shit. Right? Like, people are just mortally offended. Like Boosie. Boosie recently got permanently banned off of Instagram, right?
Oh, for real? They finally
they permanently banned him off of Instagram.
Boosie will stand on his laurels, bro.
And this is true. Because Boosie was talking about it. Like, so before I get to Boosie, I'll talk about like T.I. T.I. always has to insert himself, bro. I hate this nigga, dog. Like, nobody cares about your opinion. Stop inserting yourself, dog.
Bro, you know what T.I. reminds me of? He just to like a short little quip. He reminds me of when Dave Chappelle had that bit about like people asking about like Ja Rule's opinion. Like, no one's gonna be asking like, where's Ja? Like when something happens, it's just like T.I. is that guy. No one's asking where's
He's not
T.I.?
self-aware to understand that, bro. Like, nobody fucking cares, bro. Like,
nobody, bro.
Nobody gives a fuck,
here's
bro.
the thing, bro. Everybody shares their opinion on that.
That's fine. I feel you. The problem is that the thing with T.I. is like there's a difference between sharing your opinion and thinking your opinion is the opinion that the world wants, bro. They're not the same thing, bro.
Expeditiously.
So T.I. come here talking about, you know, the baby shouldn't be getting canceled. He's just living his truth. Lil Nas could live his truth, which is cool. He could be gay as he wants. That's cool. You know what I'm saying?
And therein lies the problem. As soon as you start talking shit, now you got to start backtracking.
Exactly. So it's just like, fine, whatever, right? And then the Boosie was like, man, I beat Lil Nas ass. Gay ass nigga. Over here just dancing this shit. Dancing naked in the video. What if he make it cool for little boys to start sucking dick, think it's cool to suck dick? That ain't cool. I'll beat that nigga ass. There is just a level of homophobia in our community.
Damn, I didn't know Boosie went in like that, bro.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, my God.
He's not feeling Lil Nas X at all.
Wait. It's so funny because I seen it on Facebook where I didn't click it to listen to it. And I understand. I already imagine his voice.
Yeah, exactly.
I seen how he looked in the video.
Exactly. And then, bro, there's an artist that's there's an artist. His name is Father. He's an Atlanta rapper, right? Like real underground, right? And he's been popping for a long time, but you really got to be in the scene to know.
Right.
So he had a tweet. That nigga was like, "Oh shit, Lil Boosie, man, he got horny, bro. That's why he want to fight Lil Nas X, bro." He nigga say he mad he got horny, bro. Watching the video.
Oh, damn. Damn, niggas is coming for Boozy, bro.
Nah, but it, bro, and that's why, like, trust me, we like to have jokes because we like to find humor in all of this nonsense
Right.
because ultimately it's just a bunch of nonsense, right?
Yeah, that's all.
But
it
it
is.
does speak to a larger thing because, like, what made you that mad? And we're gonna get back to the baby because we definitely have to circle back. It's gonna
Right.
lead us way back.
Of course,
But
of course.
What made you that mad watching that video, bro? Like, in regards to Lil Nas X, like, okay, Lil Nas X, I have my opinions of Lil Nas X. I have no problem with his videos. I just know why he's doing it. Like the last video where this nigga was over here throwing it back for the devil and shit like that. I don't know if you see that video, bro.
I think somebody showed it to me.
And
the devil's shoes came out too.
yeah,
As a
that
rollout.
one, that was just marketing. I had no problem with that.
No,
because-
it came out together, right?
Yeah,
music
because
and
but
the
last
shoes.
year they had that same company. They had Jesus shoes.
I know that,
So
I know that.
yeah, it's marketing. Lil Nas X is somebody who has to be provocative and he has to be raunchy because his music is fucking awful. So this is the only way to be relevant, which is to make to do these things. Because if it was just about the music, he wouldn't last, and he's smart enough to know that. I could respect that.
I mean, I don't listen to him, but apparently they're doing good enough. The numbers. I don't know.
But they're
Well,
not
I mean,
watching
the theatrics play a part, though.
The theatrics is the only reason why. Like, put it like this: if I go to somebody who's a Lil Nas X fan, they're not gonna know any lyrics to the music. They know Lil Nas X because of Old Town Road and Panini, but any of his new music, they don't know the lyrics to that, bro. They're
I
not
thought
dancing.
it was like a number one and whatnot.
Put it like this: for this video, right? For as much traction, the one he just released with Jack Harlow, for as much traction as it has, for as much publicity as it has, it only has 50 million views and it's been out a week. That's letting you know that people aren't watching it for the song, or they're not going back to listen to the song. Because once you see a video and you're shocked by it, the song has to make you want to watch it again because you're listening to the song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And even the one with the devil, I think it only has like, and it's crazy. It's all relative. It's all relative. Like, I'm not trying to minimize 100-something million views, right?
Right.
Like, I'm not trying to minimize that. But if you compare that to other artists, like Billie Eilish might have 700 million views. Justin Bieber might have 600, 400 million.
that's replayability.
I don't think he's
though.
on that level though.
It plays to replayability.
But that's what I'm saying, because the music, at the end of the day, it's all about the music. And he knows what he has to do. He has to be this provocative. He has to go to the BET Awards and kiss somebody, bro. Because nobody gives a fuck about your performance because your songs suck, bro. We're not watching for that, bro. Like,
I mean, I understand you say it's all relative, but I never thought he was in that top echelon anyway.
but he's popular enough. Put it like this, if it wasn't just about the provocateur aspect of his career, he would do more numbers because, like Rod said, it's about replayability. It's about me going back to watch this video 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times because the song is so good. I watched the video. I needed everything I needed to know because the song was trash. You feel me? I just watched the video. I see what I need to see. And eventually he's going to flame out. But for the time being, while he has his
15 minutes of fame,
while he
the
has the
spotlight,
15 or
right.
30 or whatever you want to call it, while he has the zeitgeist, he is the natural discourse and the natural enemy to the homophobia within the black community, right? Like, put it like this, R. Kelly. There's a lot of people who still support R. Kelly, but now that support has changed. Why? Because there's a report that he was messing with a little boy too. And now niggas is ready to cancel him, bruh.
Right. Imagine how fucked up it is. That's what it took.
That's what it took. Not the 1,000 of little girls
And
underage and women that he's abused or allegedly abused or accused of abusing. It took, he was messing with a 17-year-old boy at McDonald's too? All right, that nigga's a faggot? Nah. That nigga got to go too. So there's just a natural homophobia in regards to the black community.
But
Go ahead.
I would love to. I would like to say I think it's just simply because of the religious ties and whatnot.
No, because you can't. I don't think it has nothing to do with religion. I just think a lot of black people have this unrelenting level of masculinity. Like when it comes to homophobia, right? Because you can't be somebody who's saying I'm about being religious when you out here fucking hoes, unwed, smoking, drinking, doing all kinds of nonsense, killing.
We see it all the time, though, fam.
That's fair, but what I'm saying is, I don't. To me, that's just a cop out to blame it on religion. It is just they just don't like
it's
it.
Deeper, yeah.
They just
deeper.
don't like it, right? And that's why I brought up what Father said, the rapper Father. He was like, "Damn, that nigga Boosie got horny, bro. He bit mad, bro." Because there is that level. Like a lot of, if you speak to a lot of homosexuals, right, or homosexual men, they'll tell you a lot of dudes that they be fucking are niggas that pretend to be straight. You know what I'm saying? Right. There's a lot of niggas on the down low who are the biggest ones, the ones who are the loudest, the ones who are the most homophobic. Because it's like, what are you really saying? Like, what are you hiding?
You know, and it's funny that you mentioned that because that's really technically like a diversive tactic, right?
Exactly.
It's like if I make you think like, damn, this dude hates gays, you could never possibly think I'm gay. And that's a tactic that a lot of homophobic guys use. It's just that they're not even really homophobic; they're just secretly homosexual, and they just have to put on the guise of being homophobic to protect. Now I don't know. In these times, I think now you could be a lot more open about it. But I mean, there's definitely still a stigma to it. I'm not going to say that there isn't. You know what I mean? It's just a lot easier now to come out and be open. And to say easier might even be an insult to people who are gay because that's not something I never had to worry about. But, at the end of the day, it's something that people still keep hidden. They still keep it a secret. And, guys will do whatever it takes to keep that shit on the D low.
Factual, nigga. Factual. And so let's bring it back to the baby, right? So the funny thing about the baby, like, the baby wasn't Lil Boosie. Lil Boosie was just actively like, I hate these faggots, right? Like, I hate Lil Nas X. Like, I can't stand this nigga. I can't believe he made that video. The baby just said, was just talking to talk, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and now it's to the point where he's losing the bag. Like, he got kicked off of Lollapalooza. He got kicked off of Questlove. Questlove is the drummer for the Roots.
Well, I thought that was like a makeup festival.
What do you mean?
Like, he just put a list if he was gonna. They asked him a question if he was gonna have a festival. No. It was actual festival. It was actual festival because that's why he crossed it off. It was actually going to be a festival or stuff like that or whatever. It was some type of festival that he was going. It wasn't a makeup. It wasn't just like who he was. He was already supposed to be on it. Yeah, I don't.
Go ahead.
I said I don't think that's true because the man literally said who the Lil Baby said who. Wait, not Lil Baby. The Baby said who the fuck is this? So I don't believe
the nigga knows who he is because he performed he performed for Jimmy Fallon and they have pictures together. So it's easy to say who the fuck is this nigga. Two, you don't care who's throwing the shit, bro. Like half these niggas just you're gonna perform at this what's it called it, bro? How much money they give you?
You're right.
Yeah, so it don't matter, bro. You don't have to have a relationship. You're there for a financial aspect of it, bro. So but yeah, you're seeing that the bag, he's losing the bag, right? And trust me, I know the baby. The baby is defiant. He's gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? But he's in a position where he is going to have to bow down because as a recording artist, 80% of your money comes from outside of music.
Yeah. If you look at all the rappers who've made the most money, rapping helped them elevate themselves as a brand and a platform, but they went out and made their money off of other shit.
Yeah. So if you're not getting that concert or that festival bag, bro. And trust me, he does big streaming numbers. He'll eat off of streaming, but it's a lot easier to eat when you're just getting a guaranteed 100,000, 200,000 just to show up for 30 minutes, bro.
Right.
You feel me? That's where majority of their money is coming from. So he's going to bow down because he's not like Kevin Hart, who is multimillionaire and has residuals coming in from everywhere, right? He's not in a position, and he's not Jay-Z. He's not J. Cole. He's not Drake.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's not one of these people where it's like, he knows eventually he ain't going to be popping 5 years from now, bro. He has to make as much money as he can while he's as hot as he is, bro. Why you think he does so much music, bro? Like, you can't name 10.
Ride the wave.
You can't name 10 the baby songs, bro, because they all sound the same. It doesn't really matter.
They do, dog. They all do sound the same.
Hey, it goes to this conversation that was on the Joe Budden podcast, and they was going Game against Rick Ross, and they was like, "Oh, Game got so many flows and whatnot," and then they said Rick Ross just mastered one flow, and I feel like the baby, whatever flow baby do it, even though it sound like the same shit, is always bopping, bro.
It's catchy. It's catchy.
But the thing is, like, honestly though, but the problem
and he can actually rap.
He can rap, but the problem is
rap.
that literally he's made one song for the past 3 years, dog. And the problem, and to fairness to him, he's at a point where black people don't listen to the baby. We don't listen. I've never heard this nigga in the hood. I've never heard this nigga in nobody's car. I don't hear this nigga in the club. Like, I've heard this nigga in the club like one song. His audience is not us. I'm telling you that. I know that for a fact. His audience might be in North Carolina where he's from. White people, college people listen to the baby, bro. We black people don't listen to him. I've never heard this nigga ever.
I never listened to him.
It's not even about listening to him. I don't hear him.
I liked his early shit. Like I haven't listened to him recently, but I ain't gonna lie and say like, nah, I don't fuck with him at all. Like if it come on, I'm changing it. Nah, I don't do that to him yet.
Listen, we could move on from that, but the overall point that I wanted to drive home is that.
But you're right though. I don't just want to say you're right about all that. Like I imagine his biggest crowd is the white people.
Oh, it's definitely white people. He has a pop crowd. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter. He literally has a pop crowd. He's good in that regard. But like I said, the bigger point that I want to talk about is that Marshawn Lynch said it, bro. Protect your chickens, dog. It's that simple, bro. Like even
so
Chris
chicken
Brown
was money.
Yeah, chicken was money. He was saying protect your mental and protect your chickens, dog. And listen, bro. This is how you know you fucked up. When Chris Brown, and we'll leave it from this. When Chris Brown has to be the reason, the voice of reason, bro, you know you fucked up, bro. That nigga sent out an IG post, said, bro, perform, thank the crowd, shut the fuck up, and leave. That simple, bro.
Imagine, bro. It really was that simple. That's the crazy part. It really was that, and he couldn't even do that, man.
All right, so let's go on to a next. Go ahead, Gerson.
I would say that you think since we believe that he said this before because we said that, you think no one ever just like was like, this is not the crowd to do that in.
At the end of the day, you could do something at a house show, like whatever, right? This is Rolling Loud, bro.
One of the biggest fucking.
It is literally the second biggest festival in the world, in America. I don't know about the world. I don't know out there, but it's the second biggest music festival, only to Lollapalooza. That's it. And it's become an event.
Right.
Like they literally record every set, bro. So they caught this nigga in 8K, not 4K, 8K, nigga.
Premium definition.
Premium definition, bro. All right, next pop culture subject. This is about Scarlett Johansson lawsuit against Disney. I knew eventually this was going to happen. I just didn't know who the person was going to be, the one who was going to open the doors for this, because we're in a new territory in regards to streaming movies, theatrical releases. What does it mean to even be a theatrical release in this post-pandemic era, right? And Scarlett Johansson, it's just sad because she was always gonna. This was literally like she was already done with the MCU, right. But this just was the nail in the coffin. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna see her. You ain't gonna be no press conference.
She's done.
She's done.
She's done, man.
So basically, she sued Disney because they released the movie and they wasn't supposed to, bro. But I'll let you elaborate. Rod, go ahead.
Nah, well, what it comes down to, the Scarlet. I was doing a little reading and watching on it. So apparently, when they agreed to originally release the movie, they had told her, or at least in the contract, that apparently when the movie was to be released, it was supposed to exclusively be released in movie theaters first. It was supposed to have a theatrical release for about 90 to 180 days, and then they would put it on the streaming. I don't know exactly what might have led Disney to just, I know what led Disney to put the movie out on streaming. They just wanted to make the money any way they could. They wanted to cut out any losses they would get because, mind you, as Herb pointed out, this is a post-pandemic era. Part of the reason why Disney even started doing this was because there came a time where people were on quarantine and they couldn't go out to the movies. So what they started doing was they started putting out movies. You pay $30 and you can watch the movie for as many times as you want. One thing about Marvel movies, or one thing about movies in general, is that for the film studios and the actors and the people involved to make money, they need people to go to the movies. because what happens is the ticket sales on theaters go to the film studios and the actors, whereas the theaters make money off the concessions. That's why when you go to the theaters, a small popcorn will cost you $15 because the theater wants to make their money off of that, whereas the ticket sales go straight back to the film studios. So now we're in a situation to where Disney decided to do something that has never been done before, which is they already had success when they put out Mulan. I think there was another movie that they put out too.
They put out Era and the Dragon.
Era and the Dragon, right?
Yeah.
So Disney has success with putting out the movies on Disney Plus
and Cruella.
So they already have success with putting these movies out, having people pay $30, and when you think about it, if you're a family, right, especially now in this pandemic era, now people don't want to come out the house. Even though things have opened back up, Disney was supposed to release this movie at a time when they knew they were going to get some sort of revenue, some sort of income stream from people who go into the theaters. Since they decided to kind of, I guess, at least from the way I understood it, prematurely release it, they kind of put Scarlett Johansson in the bind because the money that she was really supposed to get, because she got $20 million like to start up front. And then she was supposed to make an added money from the theatrical release. But here's the problem. When you put out the movie at the same time that you share it on the stream, you effectively cannibalize the money that you make putting it out in theaters, because you do have the people, like, I'll give you a perfect example. The movie did great box office like the first weekend, but it also had an 80% drop the next weekend, which is the biggest in movie fucking history.
Why? Because once you paid the $30, you could watch it again at your crib. You're not going back to spend $14 plus whatever to watch it again in the theaters, which I don't think it was going to do anyway. Right. I think everybody who wanted to watch that movie was going to watch it whether it was on streaming or not. They were only going to watch it that first week.
Right.
So it did. I think it was going to do whatever it did. It was going to do the same thing. And it was going to be the same drop off, bro. Because I think over 60% of the audience was females, bro. So niggas ain't even care about the movie, bro. It was just women who went out to watch the movie. Right. So it was going to be the same regardless. The difference is we don't know that for a fact.
Right.
And you can't tell Scarlett Johansson that differently, bro. Like,
well, I mean,
it makes sense if the first week they had a bunch of sales off on streaming too, didn't they? I mean, I didn't look at it, but
I didn't actually, to be honest with you, when I was looking it up, I didn't look at how much the streaming did the first week. I got you.
We're just talking about domestically. Domestically, it did $20 million in ticket revenue. It did $60 million from Disney Premier Access. Okay. So it did an $80 million opening weekend. $60 million of that was from Disney. So in her mind, she's like, y'all motherfuckers.
Right. Because it's not tickets that day. Because the money that she's supposed to get extra is from ticket sales. They never really worked anything out to where she would get a percent. Like, for example, they never worked anything out to where she would get a percentage of the $30 that people purchase, which is what should have been done. She should have made sure.
Robbery, bro.
She should have made sure she got some sort of percentage. Like, every time someone pays $30.
She would get blindsided.
Of course not. It's not her fault.
The thing is, once they put like this, right? She did think she was going to get blindsided, which is why she had it in the contract that you have to put this out for 90 to 180 days, bro. Because she knew that. So she knew who she was dealing with. Disney just didn't give a fuck, bro.
And here's the funny part. They actually had like multiple meetings. Like, she hired an attorney. They had a litigation meeting in 2019. They had another one in like May, but right before the pandemic. Like, they were like, she was concerned that she was going to get fucked. And then they kept reassuring her, like, no, we're going to make sure it all works out. We're going to make sure. And guess what happens? She got fucked. And the funny thing about it is because, like, this is how nasty it gets when it comes to this stuff, right? So Disney, after the lawsuit, right, Kevin Feige came in, Disney's lawyers came in, and they were just like, oh, my God, the audacity. I'm paraphrasing, obviously. The audacity of Scarlett Johansson. She made $20 million in a pandemic when it's a crisis. And then her lawyer was like, y'all really going to use that
Like, y'all really gonna use that right now? Like, y'all gonna use the pandemic to think, like, to get away with this? But that's just the nastiness, right?
Right.
Like, at this point, it's about the narrative. And what's the best thing you could do when you could defend yourself from you fucking up? Making the other person look greedy, bro.
Bro, they start off their statement saying, "Oh, her suit filing has no merit." They start off saying that she's not credible. Like, that's how Disney rolls, bro.
Well, but what do they believe people are that stupid to follow the narrative that they're trying to?
Yes, because
but are there people that stupid?
Yeah, of course. It's the same crowd who gets mad at millionaire athletes, but not the billionaire owners.
Right.
Because it's a worker's mentality that we have. You know what I'm saying? You know what I hate? And I'm gonna say this, but the honest truth is this country was built off of misery, and misery love company. And when someone that makes less than 50K tell me you think someone that makes 20 million should move the same as you, how stupid are you? Yes, fam, I make a little bit more money and I feel it. So nonetheless, you telling me that you believe someone that makes 20 million should sit there and get robbed?
And again, Scarlett Johansson, trust me, Scarlett Johansson has probably made less money from indie movies. I'm pretty sure, like, what's called, I think it's Wedding Story that she has with Adam Driver.
Yeah.
I guarantee she didn't make $20 million from that movie, bro, because they probably didn't have $20 million to give her. So it's not about the money with Scarlett Johansson. Scarlett Johansson is beyond roughy, bro. Like, she's been in 9 Marvel movies, bro. She's good.
Yeah.
This is about the principle.
Yep.
What would you rather have, $20 million or a potential $50 million?
Which is what they're saying that she lost out on. That's the estimated amount of money that she's not getting.
I wanted to ask, could she tax him? Whatever she actually lost and then put extra on it, can she do that?
No. Put like this. What's going to have to happen is that, like I said, when you're at this level, because everybody has so much money to involve, it's going to be a settlement. We know this. You get a lawsuit to get a settlement because you know you're going to get a settlement. It's easier to pay a settlement than to go fight over this. Who's going to fight over $30 million? Which is crazy to sound to us.
Right.
Right? Like, that's crazy to us. They're probably going to give her 15, 20, call it a day, whatever, right? You might, and I just like I said, I know I just said it's going to contradict what I said earlier. You might never see her again in a Disney movie or MCU. You might never see her again in an MCU, but she might work for Disney again because money talks, right?
Money talks.
But right now, she got her middle fingers up. She's like, y'all played me, bro. And this is going to trickle down, right? Because another movie that was on Premier Access, Cruella, Emma Stone. Emma Stone is debating if she want to be in a lawsuit as well because she was in a similar situation. She probably had a percentage on what the movie could make. But I'm guessing Emma Stone didn't think she had the carte blanche to do what Scarlett Johansson does. She doesn't. But now that the door is open the conversation is open, it's way easier to do it now.
Right.
And I think that's what's going to happen. And now you're going to see all these movies that go to that's why, honestly, what's going to happen is it's not going to be movies on streaming no more because of this.
Yep.
Like WB has already said, after this year, we're not putting our movies on HBO Max. They're going back to the theaters.
Right. They need the theaters to make the money. When you allow somebody access to, because you got to imagine too, a franchise, especially like a Marvel movie, for example, they expect these movies to have like a level of replay value, right? Because like maybe not us, but there are people who go and watch. Like I know people who went back and watched Infinity War like 3 times.
That's why Endgame is the biggest movie of all time,
right?
Because so much people went to watch that 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
Yeah,
I've had people I've seen say I went to the theaters to watch it 4 times. I watched Inception. I paid for Inception 3 times. I went with my sister.
I paid for The Dark Knight 3 times.
I paid for Dark Knight 3 times. You know what I'm saying?
You know, but when you pay $30 initially and you can watch it 10 times, that completely destroys any kind of extra profit that you can get. Because normally to rewatch it, you got to pay again. And Disney completely eradicated that. You know?
All right. Sticking with movies. Next movie. Go ahead.
You think if they just charged it the same as a ticket price, just be like you watched it one time, $15 or $10? I know they lose money, but it'll be, you know.
Yeah, so a lot of these places already do that, right? So it's not like a movie where it just came out, but say a movie's been out for a month and then it hits the because a movie has to be out for a certain amount of time before it could go to Redbox and before it could go to fucking Apple Movies or whatever, right? What you do is you spend like $14 to rent it for 2 or 3 days. But after those 2 or 3 days, you got to re-rent it or re-rent it. You know, so basically it's like paying for the movie multiple times or whatever. So that might be an option. But the problem is about if you could do it at home, why would I go to the movie theaters? Which is why movie theaters fight to make sure that it goes to the movie theaters first or whatever. So it's going to go back. I think people thought this was going to be the new reality, but too many different politics are involved and too much of the finances, because you're seeing that you're not making as much money as you would if the movie is in theaters. You're just not.
Right.
You're just not. You're just not.
And at the end of the day, we all know the saying, man, money talks.
You're just not. Like, you're just not. All right. Sticking with movies. We were already going to watch this movie because we were going to review it for the next episode, but I made the mistake of starting to read reviews for this movie, right?
Suicide Squad,
right? I don't even know. I can't call it a reboot because it's technically not a reboot.
Right.
But it is a reboot.
It's one of those weird sequel reboots.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, okay, that first movie that came out in 2016, that doesn't exist. Forget about it or wipe it away from your mind.
They're completely retconning it.
Yeah. Right? So, different director, James Gunn.
Good director.
James Gunn. And director of Guardian of the Galaxy, and you saw what he did.
I think he also did Kick-Ass.
No, Kick-Ass. Matter of fact, he might have.
I think it might be Jon Favreau. I could be wrong.
No, John. I know for a fact it wasn't Jon Favreau.
So then it's James Gunn.
Okay. All right. So
let me look that up.
Because you might, it doesn't matter, bro. It's not one of those things we need to get caught up on, bro. But if you want to, bro, sometimes you like a dog with a bone. I know how it is, bro.
Right, you know when something gets stuck in your hand.
Yes, bro. Like, yes, bro. Sure. So while you look at, I got you. So I made a mistake, and I was like, all right, let me look at this reviews, and like, dude, this shit has a 96 on Rotten Tomatoes right now, bro.
What?
Yes, IGN gave it a 9 out of 10, bro.
Oh man, it's so hard for me to believe that.
That's the crazy part, bro. That's the crazy part. And I didn't want that. I wanted to go in this movie with the worst expectations so I could enjoy it. And I'm going to train myself to watch this not excited, not to be blown away because of the reviews. I'm just going to watch the movie for what it is so I appreciate the movie for what it is, right? But let's talk about it, right? Say the movie hypothetically before we even watch it. Let's just have the conversation.
My bad, I was wrong. It was Matthew Vaughn who did Kick-Ass.
Got you. Hypothetically, let's just have this conversation like this movie is amazing, right?
Right.
For the hypothetical, it is amazing. We watched it on Saturday. It blows our fucking minds. Whatever. Yada 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 yada.
Right.
Do you think this is going to finally be the kickstart that the DECU needs, bro?
Okay, so. You said, do I think this will be the kickstart that DCEU needs? I could say yes on that, but do I think it's the kickstart that the DCEU will learn from and continue to build off of? No. It could definitely be the kickstart that it needs in terms of being, because at the end of the day, every franchise has a definitive movie, whether it's the Bourne series, James Bond, Batman movies, Marvel movies. Every franchise has that signature movie. And for Marvel, the original signature movie was Iron Man. For, the Bourne movies, it was, to me, the first one was great. And I loved the second one. Bourne Supremacy was amazing. But, I could go down the list of all this shit. At the end of the day, if it's a great movie, I could appreciate it. But my question is, does DC learn from this? Is this like, can they use this to propel them to continue a streak of making, at the very least, just entertaining movies? Because they've been on and off. Not every movie in the DCEU has been horrible. I watched a little bit of Aquaman, didn't hate it. I thought Aquaman was actually pretty straight. The first Wonder Woman, I know Gerson disagrees with that. The first Wonder Woman was a good movie. People feel some type of way about Man of Steel, but at the very least, Man of Steel wasn't horrible. Like they've been so inconsistent. Joker was a really good movie. I enjoyed the Joker movie, even though it was kind of separate from everything. they haven't been able to find a balance. They haven't been able to find their way, and they've been struggling. And I'm hoping that at least with this movie, they can find themselves. They can put themselves in a direction for success, because DC just has too many legendary, too many big name iconic characters. Like Marvel was able to turn C-listers into A-listers. You know what I mean? Guardians of the Galaxy, Iron Man, even Thor. Like, these guys are far more household names than they were before the movies. And DC has done the opposite. They've taken big name guys and made people look at them like, yo, Superman, what the fuck is this? Batman, what the fuck is this? Wonder Woman, what the fuck is it? Like, you can't do that. Like, DC has too much star power for them to be flunking the way they have, and I'm hoping that they can use this as the bridge.
All right, so I think I figured it out when it comes to DC, right? Because the reason why this movie, if we're going off of the reviews, because like I said, at the time, matter of fact, let me get the Rotten Tomatoes just so I know for a fact. Let me see. Give me 1 second, because I want to get the amount. Because you can have a 96. It depends on how many reviews we're accounting for. So, 96%. Okay. 96% out of 93 reviews. That's fucking amazing.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
That
is awesome. So, going off of that, right? I think the problem with DC is when it's a movie that they don't really care about or feel is important, they leave the people alone, because everybody involved, the actors, Idris Elba, Joel Coleman,
John Cena,
James Gunn. They said
Margot Robbie, right?
Margot Robbie. They said James Gunn had full carte blanche to do whatever the fuck he wanted, and this is what he gave you, because you didn't think this movie was going to do good anyway.
Right.
The problem is when it's a movie that they feel they need to really micromanage, and then they fuck it up.
You might be onto something, bro.
So
you might be onto something.
If they don't learn from this, bro, there's no hope for them, right? So, in the reason why I bring micromanaging up, because David Ayer is the original director of the 2016 version,
right?
And I'm guessing because he's seeing the positive, and at this point I feel bad for him, right? Because he really gets the short end of the stick, right? Like, people feel like he's a fucking hack.
He was the sacrifice, bro.
He was a sacrifice, bro.
That's what it was, man.
People feel like he's a hack. People feel like he's a fucking bum. He gets the short end of the stick, so he wrote an open letter, right? And I'm gonna read the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? And David, like I said, David Ayer, the director of the original one, right?
Right.
He and a lot of people involved, most notably fucking the dude who played Joker. What's his name?
Oh, Jared Leto. They will all tell you, bro, that is not Suicide Squad. Whatever you saw, whatever we saw, they need a Snyder cut. They need an Ayer cut. That's what they need for Suicide
All right, so
Squad.
this is David Ayer. This is open letter. My turn. I don't know what quit is. I'm not who you think I am. Nothing in my life was handed to me. It's been a struggle from the jump. My pops committed suicide Christmas morning when I was 4 in Miami. That's wild.
Sheesh. Damn.
And that was just the beginning. Foster care, abuse, disruption, chaos. I went to more schools than I could count. What's stability? I was in South LA doing hood rat shit as a kid.
Sorry to interrupt you,
Go
but
ahead.
Twitter's been eating that nigga up, man. For him to come out with some shit like that, Twitter been eating that nigga up, bro.
Who we talking about?
This is the director of the first Suicide Squad movie that was trash. And he just came out with some hardcore heavy shit, bro. And I just know Twitter been eating his ass up. Go ahead, bro. Oh, man.
Yeah, he been holding this one in.
What?
He been holding this one in.
God damn.
All right, and continuing. I was in South LA doing hood rat shit as a kid. Got arrested. LA County probation forever. Had to take the bus to Crenshaw and Exposition to see Gang Lady twice a month. But that didn't stop me from doing a lot of stupid and dangerous shit. I was the kid everyone just knew was going to end up dead or in prison. And I was in the right hood for it. I've seen bodies, blood, heads busted open, watched people die, stepped over brains on the sidewalk to catch my bus, been shot at more times than I can remember, got my ass beat by LAPD.
Twitter really came for me.
One of the first crack houses in LA was on my block, a Rolling 20s hood. And if you know what Rolling 20s is, you feel me? That's some serious shit. Exactly.
Yep. Yep.
I dropped out of high school. Was every day in the streets holding up the wall on bodega. Took someone dying in my arms, covered in their blood, to vomit and to wake me up. So I joined the Navy, served on the nuclear submarine, and I saw more and experienced things that seared my soul. Try 67 days underwater in a steel tube when you're running out of food. The Navy broke me, and the Navy saved me. I learned discipline. I lived in Sonola. I lived in Baja Khalifa. I bounced back and forth, worked any job I could after that. House painting, construction, electrician. Twitter kicked this nigga's ass for 4 years for real.
What? Jesus.
I started writing screenplays because someone saw something in me that I didn't. I wrote, and I got sucked back into the streets, smoking PCP, cruising in my old Cutlass. I didn't have a refrigerator. I didn't have a bed. I had nothing. I didn't file tax return for 7 years. I had no future. And I figured I was just burning time until I caught a case and got locked up. That's where Training Day came from. This is the writer and director of Training Day. I saw it happen. I heard all the neighborhood stories. I wrote them down. I poured my soul on that page. And when someone offered me $30K for the rights to Training Day, I laughed. But Training Day was special because, of course, no one believed at the time that nice Hollywood folks refused to believe cops could be that corrupt. Then the rampant scandal happened. Yeah, they realized maybe it's real. Took years to get that movie made, and it changed my life. The lesson of that script: put your pain on the page. That is why I tell stories. I've seen life. I've seen people. I've seen the bad do good, and I've seen the good do bad. I write about my lived truth, and I take the risk, like putting my house on the line to direct my first movie. I put my life in the Suicide Squad. I made something amazing. My cut is intricate and emotional. It's a journey with some bad people who are shit on and discarded. A theme that resonates with me. The studio cut is not my movie. Read that again. The studio cut is not my movie. This nigga was hurting, bro.
What? We need an air cut, bro. That's what he's saying, bro. We need an air cut. And I hated that movie.
And I hated it.
Is there any chance that what he says true in his version of the movie?
It's 100% true. Because, bro, we watched the Snyder Cut of Justice League, which is a 4-hour movie, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, you know what? I won't even say I would never watch it again because I actually enjoyed the movie. I just don't have a reason to watch it again. You know what I mean? To sit 4
if
hours
it was
for a
on,
movie.
I would watch it again.
Yeah.
If somebody was like, "Oh, I've never seen it and I really want to watch it," I would put it like this. Sorry to be biting into the mic. If somebody was like, "I really want," like my niece, I'd be like, "All right, whatever, fuck it." You feel me?
Right.
You know, because it was enough cool shit that I wouldn't mind seeing again.
Right.
But
but what he's saying is true because they cut out a good chunk, like Jared Leto, who played the Joker. They cut out like 20 to 30 minutes of this nigga's screen time. Like if you watch the theatrical cut of the movie, which we did, like, bro, you could tell that it was poorly. Like, bro, I am not a film. Like, I love watching movies. You know, I study the writing aspect of movies because I like writing. Writing is has always been a passion of mine. So, you know, when it comes to storytelling and characterization and character development and exposition and all that shit, I study those parts of a movie. I should never notice the editing, bro. Like, the editing is not what I look for. I'm looking for shit.
A good edit is when you don't notice.
Yes. And most movies, you don't really notice the editing and the pacing as much unless you're really looking for it. For me to notice that and not be looking for it, I know it was bad, bro. And then Suicide Squad, the studio cut that Ayer is referring to, had no plot. Like, if you watch that movie, I dare you to tell me what the story is, dog. I dare you, because I can't tell you, bro. So I totally feel that, man, bro. He got fucked. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, they didn't fuck with James Gunn's shit. And he's about to achieve the glory that Ayer believes he should be achieving.
Exactly. and it is fucked up because it's like James Gunn gets to be the great white hope, the white knight, bro, who saved this movie and saved this franchise, bro.
When you was telling me the story, I was thinking it sounded like a black man's story.
No, it's a white dude. David
really?
Ayer's white. Yeah, David Ayer's white.
He's white.
But again, it doesn't matter. At that point, it doesn't matter, bro. Like he said, it goes, bro. Sometimes you could just...
I should have known at the PCP. I don't think black people do.
yeah, facts. Facts. So listen, it just speaks to that. It speaks to when we watch these movies, dog, there's so much that goes on, especially when it's a blockbuster, bro. Like, who knows what the creative or the director's intent is, bro?
Right.
So if we don't get a movie that gives us the director's intent, if we're just happy we get a good movie at this point, dog, because you really don't fucking know, dog.
Especially these days, man. For real.
All right. Let me see. Is there anything we have?
Gerson's corner.
No. Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying before that. Anything we want to have before we move on to Gerson's corner?
No, I think we covered it. You picked out all the. I was gonna bring up the baby shit. And when I seen you pointed at, I'm like, well, Herb got. What I'm gonna bring up.
All right, bet. So, real quick. I don't know if y'all saw, but you know who 42 Doug is, right? The
yes,
rapper.
42. Yeah.
So
I seen the
music video. I seen the music video
it.
with him and Lil Baby before. We paid. When they talk about we paid, that song,
so
I know him. Yeah.
There's a video of him interacting and spending quality time with his son, but this nigga was wild though. Like this nigga was just like giving his son a fresh kiss on the neck, bro. Just like it was, bro. You just gotta watch it. You ever seen the video?
I thought he got in trouble for having a homosexual rant
because of the video of him sucking on his son's neck, bro. Everybody was like, "Oh, that nigga is zesty, bro." Like, because nigga literally, bro, dead ass. He stuck his tongue out. It was just like he sucked on his son's neck like I would do on my baby mom's, bro. Like that ass, bro.
Oh man,
like,
that sounds different. Bro.
Sounds creepy, bro.
I mean, listen, I love my son. I kiss my son.
That's fine.
I never done anything like that, so I don't know, bro. I don't know. As soon as you said suck, I was like, what, huh?
Yeah. Y'all catch the video. We'll talk about it later, bro. But in the meantime, bro, Gerson's corner, bro. What do you have for us today, Mr. Norvellis?
No, yesterday I was pissed off. I missed your
the birthday dinner?
Your birthday dinner because I got moved somewhere down south and I was too far to get back in time, to make it. And I was
Gerson, I feel you, bro. Like, I could have probably worked yesterday, but after what happened at the gender reveal, I said, you know what? I'm not taking no risk. Fuck these niggas, man. Because my job, like, they'll be like, yo, you'll make it, and I'll be stuck for like 13 hours at work, bro. I feel you.
I fucked up.
I feel you, bro.
Because, like, I didn't know. Well, it's not that I didn't know. I just didn't know what day her birthday fell off. And you get to set up your schedule. It's like, whatever, man. I usually just say, let me work through these days or whatever. Either way, I picked up the shift and forgetting, or either I didn't know you had a dinner at the time or whatever, dog. I picked up the shift or whatnot, and I'm like, God damn it. I was like, all right, I could come a little late or whatever. It don't matter. But then it was like, my nigga, why are y'all moving me all the way down there, bro? And they're like, yo, you got to do that. I'm like, you know what, bro?
Down to like deep Miami or some shit?
Pembroke Pines, man.
Oh, Pembroke. I mean, that's
bro. Honestly, bro, because of how you got to get to Pembroke Pines, it's like driving to Miami.
It is, bro.
Because you got to go all the way west, bro.
It's
then
out
go
there,
south,
bro.
Like,
it's out there, bro.
Miramar, dude. I was in Miramar.
Yeah.
So nonetheless, dog.
That's out there. I've done jobs out there, man. I know. Trust me, bro. That shit is bullshit.
That pissed me off. And then my little coworker, right? And my job, like, I'm a raw nigga at my job or whatever. But I don't want the position of power because you told me I'm not making extra money being a manager.
Man, suck a dick, bro. So, these jobs will always try to fuck you, bro.
Like, I was like,
oh my God,
man. But anyway, this young nigga that they made a manager, and he's pretty good, bro. He's really pretty good. He was just talking his shit. I didn't realize how much shit he was talking until I looked back. Because, when you don't pay people no mind, it's whatever. And this nigga was talking like, hey, man, I was helping people. I go this, that. I was like, listen, everything you've done, I did. I told him that part. Everything you done, I did. And he was like, well, I'm making this much money, blah, 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 blah. They knew I was elite. He said they knew I was elite.
Oh, damn. He went there,
and they made me a manager and blah, blah, blah. And then I like,
bro,
all right, bro.
I hate those fucking guys, man.
And
my gosh.
And this is the icing on the cake that I didn't pay attention to.
Put a pacifier on that nigga mouth, bro.
The nigga asked me, I don't know what you doing.
He asked you that?
Yeah. And then I just simply said, hey, bro, you know what? What's your time and rating? What you looking like? And then he showed it, and, there's a bunch of things. We were really similar. He's really close, but I beat him, though. It was close, dog. It's good, man. All his numbers is good. I was like, you know what? You're really good, man. I see why they, yeah, it's the same like me. And nonetheless, he was just like talking shit. And then I showed him my shit, showed him on my time, and showed him that I beat him, even though by a little bit. He's real good. Anyway.
Doesn't matter. The fact that you beat him after all the shit he was talking, because he made it seem like he was mopping niggas.
What? No, I'm gonna be fair because I think I'm a beast, and the fact that he's like really close to me, I'm like, oh shit, my nigga. I put respect on his name by saying, you know what, you heard that. If you like that, you heard that, bro. I ain't mad. But then I showed him his my shit, and then because he's the team lead or whatever, he was telling me what to do. I just told him, shut the fuck up. You see my time, bro. Don't worry about me. Go over there. You see. You shut the fuck up, bro.
I mean, Gerson, you a big ass nigga, man.
No, I ain't get to say it to his face because we separated. We're in different locations and whatnot. But he's gotta be the person that whatever. Showed him my time and then just told him shut the fuck up. I don't need no instructions from you, bro. Through text.
I do it better than you, bro. So leave me alone.
I didn't do all that. I just told him shut the fuck up. I don't need your instructions. That's just simple, though.
Just simple. Shut the fuck up, bro.
Shut the fuck up.
And he shut the fuck up, man. And I'm just glad that I was like, you know what? I understand. But he see the respect as soon as, hey, you see my time, bro. You don't need to talk to me like that, fam.
Yeah, hey, once he let him know what the deal was, bro, I had to comply. That's it.
And it's the thing of being a really good good person at your job, but looking at like, nah, bro, I don't want that. I see the headaches, bro. You think I want that? Nigga asked me before the guy over me. He's like, hey, man, you want my job, man? You can have my job. I like, bro, I don't want your job, bro.
Nigga, that's why, nigga, I'm still an assistant, bro. I could be like, yo, let me be an installer, bro. Let me get that pay bump, but then comes the responsibility, man. And it's not the responsibility I'm against. It's just, I can see when I'm working with the other guys, the stress, bro. I'm not ready for that stress yet, man. Because that should be stressful, dog. When you're in a leadership position at a job, especially when you're dealing with thousands upon thousands of dollars, it's stressful, bro. So I could wait on that. I can learn a little more, gain a little bit of knowledge. I ain't in no rush, bro. I get paid good as it is.
It was... So. It literally was. Sorry, bro.
No. I'm done.
But it literally was. You're not gonna pay me anything extra for becoming the thing. You're like, nah, man. Did it? I made sure. I asked him twice. I like, hold up, bro. So you're telling me you took a position that does not give you extra money because he's telling me about his position.
Right. He's telling you about the extra responsibility he has without the compensation.
And I guess he thought I wanted that.
Stupid.
I was like, nah, I don't care about that. They know I don't care about that. I told them that I'm good at my job. I can do this job. And that's it.
That's it. That's all you need, bro.
But like, nah, bro, you don't pay me nothing extra for the stress you about to give me. And when I knew that, I was like, you know what, family?
I would advise any person who's working any job, if they're going to offer you a position, because I've seen it. I've had it happen to me on a lower scale, and I've seen it happen to one of my friends. Actually, a mutual friend of ours, my boy Saul. He eventually got his pay raise, but it took them a minute to give it to him. But don't accept no responsibility without that payment, because all they're trying to do is save money on their end. They're trying to give you more responsibility so they can blame you for more shit while not paying you what you deserve. And I just think if you're anyone, if you're gonna take a position of more, they gotta pay you more. It's just money talks, bro. You want me to do more, you got to pay me more. It just makes sense. Two plus 2 equals 4, bro.
That's simple.
You know what I'm saying? 2 plus 2 does not equal 2. So if you're going to add 2, give me 4.
You know what I realized what it was? They think that like the compensation is you get more. You get to do more work. And I
don't want to do more work.
No, the funny thing about it is that they know that. Like, I've been on enough of these calls and I've been on enough of these meetings where they know that that's not the case, but they want to make you believe that.
They think you stupid.
They know damn well that's not the actual transaction, but they want you to believe that.
They want you to fall for that
They
nonsense,
want you to believe
man.
that the compensation is the gratitude and the respect that they have for you to give you more work, bro. Because they believe in you, bruh. And that should be enough, dog. Yeah, bro.
Hey, bro, like I told him, man, listen. No. And the funny thing is, it's a funny component, bro, because I feel like, I never said this before, but I truly feel like one of my managers, well, the main manager or whatever, he's racist. He just doesn't know it. He's one of those people that say shit that's inflammatory.
Oh, he's like really ignorant.
Yes.
He's a bigot.
So it's just more like another guy that was under him. And this situation confirmed it. But the other guy is under him is black. And now it got to the point that whenever they need to talk to me, it's usually him.
The black dude?
Yeah. Because he tried to yell at me once, and I was like, bro, I'm not playing that.
Pussy ass crackle.
I told her I wasn't playing that, and she's Latino.
Oh, he's a Chico.
Oh,
yeah.
He racist, bro. Listen,
Yeah, racist Chico.
I learned something, bro. No disrespect. Chicos don't get nearly enough credit for being as racist as they are.
It's 100%.
Man.
I'm around Hispanics a lot, and it's like, and it's they're bigoted to that degree, like to where it's like sometimes they don't even know it, bro. Like it's because it's a very inherently cultural thing, to where it's like they're raised a certain way, so they see things a certain way. But like most Spanish people don't realize how racist, especially like the Cubans and the Colombians, man. Like they don't even realize it. Like I'll listen to something they say, and I'll be like, "You think that's acceptable? You think that's an acceptable thing to say, dog?" But I don't correct them because you know why? I don't really care that much. Like I don't think I'm the guy that's gonna inspire someone to change their views on anything. So I let people live. They never say anything to me directly to make me feel demeaned. But I've heard things like I never forget the things I hear, bro. So I'll hear something and I always keep it in my memory bank. Like, oh, okay, so this is what you really think. Cool. I'll never forget it.
Wait, my nigga, this guy said this Chico said, bro. We was talking about the other drivers. He's like, man, these people don't want to work, man. They don't want to work, man. I guess they want to just collect their unemployment. I was just like, okay. I didn't say that. I'm like,
I'm telling you, bro, like me being around, I know for a fact, bro, white people get all, trust me, because of their history, obviously, KKK, slavery, all of that. It's completely deserved. But if we just talking, like if there was a hierarchy and it was a fucking rock'em sock'em, bro, who's the most racist race? Oh, it's a slopper knocker, bro, between them and Chicos, bro. I'm telling you that
It's
for
100%.
a fact, bro.
I can 100% co-sign.
You know
that.
where it comes from, bro, and it's real. This is the level of racism. They both come from Europe or whatever, but someone higher or whatever. There's like Africa start in Spain, bro. So that's the level of racism. Like, and the Spanish, because they're they're part of Europe, bro. They gotta think like that. Yeah, we higher than.
But the thing is, we're not. Well, put it like this: legitimately Spanish people, they're racist, but that's a European racist. That's just the culture of Europe. You could go to any place in Europe, and it's just incredibly racist. We're talking about the people who were like us, who were enslaved. You feel me? Like the people from South America.
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
South American Hispanic people. Hispanic people.
Actually, in my time, I'll keep it 100. Out of all the Hispanic people I've come across, the people who have given me the vibe of the least racist, or at least in terms of black people, hate black people the least, is Mexicans, bro. Mexicans get the most hate, but Mexicans are the coolest niggas I ever meet. Anywhere I go.
That's a fact.
Them Cubans, the Dominicans, the motherfuckers.
Well, yeah, Cubans, man. First of all, they vote Republican, man. That's all we need to know about them niggas, man.
Bruh. Them niggas from Ecuador. Oh, them niggas from Argentina. Oh, you don't know racist until you made an Argentinian, bruh. Don't let Ivan fool you, bruh. Ivan is a pure quality human being, bruh. His country though, them niggas racist. Like, them boys racist.
Trust me, man. They don't. And you know what? And you know what's funny, dog? The funny thing about Hispanics is it's funny because they like hate the position white people in, but they hate niggas too. Like, it's kind of hilarious.
It definitely is, bro.
Shit, dog.
All right, but with that said, man, we're gonna go ahead and close out this episode, man. So we will see y'all next week, bro. Next week for sure, though. We're gonna have that motherfucking Suicide Squad review. because we will be watching.
Hey,
it on
I think
Saturday.
and we might have a guest. I'm gonna double check, but my homegirl Taylor has been up my ass about doing
that's
a pod.
fine. Okay, all right, so that's perfectly fine, bro.
Yeah,
and
you know what? I'll tell her to watch the movie so she can review it with us.
Perfectly fine, bro.
So-
All right, and we'll figure it out because it's been technical difficulties because of streaming and shit like that. So we'll figure this shit out, bro. So all right, man. With that, bro. Deuces, man. See y'all next week, man.